Good morning, FIBCS student. Let me introduce myself. I am Professor Smita Mangesh Zunarkar. Today we are going to see Computer Network Unit 8, that is a cryptography and network security. Let's start with it. First of all, needs for security. Growing the computer use implies a need for automated tools for protecting files and other information. Use of networks and communication facilitates for carrying data between user and computers. This is also growing. Network security measures are needed to protect the data during the transmission. Now let's jump towards the TCP and IP communication security. I think everyone is aware about TCP and IP. TCP is nothing but control transmission protocol and IP is the internet protocols. Protocols are nothing but sets of rules to communicate between two devices. It get used. Now let's see the communication security between it. The traffic is typically secured by using SSL. SSL is nothing but Secure Sockets Layer or VPN, that is a Virtual Private Networks. Now Secure Socket Layer, older and more widely used protocols. It is basically used for communicating applications how to be written to use SSL. Applications do SSL processing and it is more flexible. Virtual Private Networks. Security is implemented at the IP or data link layer. Now let's move further. Security attacks. Any action that compresses the security of information. There are two examples. One is a passive and second one is a active. Now just see the passive. It attempts to learn or make use of information from the system but does not affect the system resources. Monitor the transmissions to obtain the message, content or traffic analysis. Difficult to detect because there is no alternation of data. Now active. It attempts to alter the system resource or affects their operation. Modification of messages in transit. Now let's see about the cryptography. Cryptography is a science of using the mathematical to encrypt and decrypt the data. Cryptography enables you to store the sensitive information or transmit it across insecure networks so that it cannot be read by anyone except the intent recipients. Vocabulary. There are different types of vocabulary such as plain text. Data can be read and understood without any special measures. Encryption. This is a method of distinguishing the plain text in such a way as to hide its substance is called encryption. Then ciphertext. Encrypting the plain text results in unreadable, that is a glabish called ciphertext. Decryption, the process of reverting ciphertext to its original plain text is called decryption. Keys, some secret piece of information. Over here we are using certain maths algorithm. Now cryptanalysis, the art of breaking ciphers, that is retrieving the plain text without knowing the proper key. Now cryptographers, people who do the cryptography is called cryptographer. After that cryptanalysis, the participationer or cryptanalysis. After that you are having cryptology. It is nothing but the branch of mathematics that studies the mathematical foundation of cryptographic methods. These all are the vocabulary. Just you can see this diagram through which you will come to know. First of all, encryption. Encryption means plain text. Certain secret keys get used semantic keys. There are multiple semantic keys we are using that we will see later on, and it get converted into the ciphertext. Now decryptor, that is a receiver. That ciphertext, with the help of secret key, he will convert this ciphertext into plain text, that is a original text. So this is a diagram for encryption and decryption. Encryption is nothing but the sender who is sending the plain text. With the help of secret key, it get converted into ciphertext so that the data becomes secured. No one can misuse it. And same key, that secret key, is hand over to the decryptor, that is receiver. And receiver will again convert that with the help of secret key, that ciphertext get converted into plain text. Now let's move further. For secret writing, to establish a shared secret when other peoples are listening, there are two types: semantic key cryptography and asemantic key cryptography. Now this get again further classified, that we will see later on. First of all, we will see about the transmission techniques. Now within this, you can see this diagram. Encoder, that is the sender, plain text can be in and ciphertext become out. So over here, sender, that is the encoder, is typing certain message, and that message through secret key get transmit to the decoder. So that's why ciphertext in and plain text out. So with the help of secret key, he can easily convert ciphertext into plain text. Now over here, hackers won't be understand anything regarding that message. So this is the advantage of transmission techniques. Let's move further. Classification of cryptography: semantic key and asemantic key. Asemantic key cryptography is a public key get used over here. Now semantic cryptography again divided into two parts, that is a classical and modern. Classical get divided into transposition, substitution, and modern cryptography get divided into two parts: stream cipher and block cipher. Let's see one by one. Semantic key cryptography, you can see over here, this is a simple diagram through which semantic key cryptograph get clear to you. So through secret key, sender is sending the message to the recipient, that is your receiver. Now let's move further. Transposition techniques are divided into two types: rel reference technique and simple columnar techniques. First of all, what do you mean by transposition? It considers the classical transposition or prematuration ciphers. These hides the message by rearranging the letter order without altering the actual letter used. It can be recognized these synths have the same frequency distribution at the original text. Now rel reference cipher means write the message letter out diagonally over the number of rows, then read off cipher row by row. You can see over here, simple example, you will get the idea of rel reference cipher. Now I will jump towards next part, that is a classical cryptography. Classical cryptography, a transposition cipher changes one character from plain text to another, that is order of characters is changed. You can see over here, number 1 get transfer to second position of alphabets. So suppose this is my message, so it will transport the position of that character. So this is a simple diagram through which you will get the idea about classical cryptography. Now let's move further. Substitution cipher. It is a method of encryption by which units of plain text are substituted with ciphertext according to the regular system. Again, substitution techniques get divided into 4 parts. Now you can see over here, this is a simple diagram of substitution cipher. Now we will move towards the different techniques get used within this. First one is a Caesar cipher, monoalphabetic, polyalphabetic and one-time pad. Now one by one we will see each of them. First one is a Caesar cipher. It is the earliest known as substitution cipher. Now Julius Caesar has launched this. First attested use in military affairs, replaces each letter by third letter after it. You can see over here example of Caesar cipher. Next one, monoalphabetic cipher. Rather than just shifting the alphabet, could shuffle or jumble the letters arbitrarily. Each plain text letter mapped to different random ciphertext letter. Hence the key is 26 letter. This is an example over here so that you will get the idea about monoalphabetic cipher. Now I will move towards further, that is a polyalphabetic cipher. Another approach to improving security is to use the multiple cipher alphabets. Is called polyalphabetic substitution cipher. It makes the cipher analysis harder with more alphabets to guess and flatter the frequency distribution. Use a key to select which alphabet is used for each letter of the message. Use each alphabet in turn. Repeat from start after the end of the key is reached. Next one, that is a one-time pad. It is a truly random key. As long as the message is used, the cipher will be secured. Is called one-time pad. It unbreakable since the ciphertext bears no statistical relationship to the plain text. Since for any plain text and any ciphertext, this exists the key mapping one to another, unconditionally security. Why to look any further? So these all are the types of its. Now we will jump towards the modern cryptography. It gets divided into two parts, stream cipher and block cipher. Now stream cipher is a semantic or secret key encryption algorithm that encrypts the single bit at a time. With stream cipher, the same plain text bit or byte will encrypt to different bits or byte every time in the encryption. This is a simple example of it. Now I will move further, that is a block cipher. Block cipher technique involves the encryption of one block of text at a time. Decryption also takes one block of encrypted text at a time. Length of block is usually 64 or 128 bits. This is an example of it. Now we will jump towards the asemantic key. Public key cryptography is a asemantic scheme that uses a pair of key of encryption, a public key which encrypts the data and the corresponding private key. It is also called as a secret key for decryption. This is a simple diagram for it. So through this we have completed the semantic as well as asemantic key. Now I will jump towards the next part, that is the crypt analysis. Crypt analysis reference to study of cipher, ciphertext or cipher systems, that is to secret code system, with a view to finding weakness in them that will permit retrieval of plain text from the ciphertext without necessarily knowing the key or the algorithm. This is known as breaking the ciphertext and cipher system, unlike cryptography, which is clearly. Next one is a crypt analysis technique known, that is a plain text analysis. Chosen plain text analysis in differential crypto analysis, ciphertext only one analysis, and man in the middle attack. Next one, that is a conclusion of cryptography. It is a being art of encryption and decryption, confidential information, and the private messages should be implemented in the network security to prevent any leakage or threats. It can be done by using any of these techniques. Already we have discussed this technique, that is a semantic and asemantic, and these also get classified into different parts. Now over here, for identifying the personal data transmission as well as secure transaction, student, I hope I have cleared the cryptography and network security with this video clips. Now if you are having any doubts, you can drop your query in query box. Thank you so much.